only reason. And tougher practitioners can't differentiate. They can't. Real practitioners gonna differentiate. They
Mm-hmm.
gonna know whether they're divine with the divine and African mat, whether they're divine with their fire, with the water. Because I read with all of them. I read with water, fire. I have African divination mats. I read without all of that too. And let me tell you something. I can tell. I can tell when somebody is trying to infiltrate or test. Every time, go listen to my shows. Every time I was on Blog Talk Radio, somebody, and it would be mainly the white psychics that would come on and try to test me. And every time I'd be like, you do readings. I told one lady, I said, go get your tarot cards because I know you do tarot cards. She's like, how the hell did she see that?
Nah, I remember one time, because that happened a lot, but I remember one time you was doing the show, and the lady was like, you told her, she said, you do reading? She was like, nah, I used to. I don't do it no more. She said, nah, I keep seeing you use tarot cards. And you kind of described them to her, and you said, matter of fact, you're sitting on your couch. You sitting on your couch, right? She was like, yes. And you said, behind your couch, it's a table right behind your couch. You got a deck of tarot cards. She was like, oh my gosh, I do. And then she started freaking out. You was like, now your ancestors got a message for you. Now you pull 5 of those cards, and
I
that's your
remember
message.
that show.
Your
Yeah, I
that's your
told her. I
message from your
remember that
ancestor.
show.
And she was freaking out. But
Yeah.
like that happens all the time.
I mean, I know, but see, this is what I'm saying. Your real practitioners will recognize them from a mile away. A mile away. As a matter of fact, I had a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine. We were doing some ancestral calls and doing some rituals. It was a group of us in my backyard, like about maybe 10 years ago. And we was in the backyard and we was doing it. You know, I was teaching them how to do chickens and give offerings to the gods, right? So one of the guys, really good friend of mine, he bought his girlfriend and she was Caucasian. Okay, so when we were calling up the spirits, they wouldn't come. And I said, wait a minute, because we had her in the circle with us, a very nice young lady. You know, I don't want to be rude. I want to say, well, you can't get in here because you're white. So I said, come on. So they would not come because she was there, and this is real. So I told him, I said, she's gonna have to get out the circle. As soon as she got out the circle, I made her go in the house. They began to come. You start seeing them in the trees. You start seeing them in the bush over there. You start seeing them everywhere. And this is
Hmm.
real. So I told him, he goes, well, you know, why can't she be part? I said, that's not the problem. I said, if she is not, if her lineage doesn't trace back to Africa and she isn't really calling from, you know, her lineage, she can't be in the mix of the circle
Hmm.
in my traditions. So I did do a divination for the young lady and come to find out she descended from a line of, either it was gypsies or one of them, you know, European or you know, ancient, you know, so one of them ones over there, okay? I'm saying, in voodoo. Found them or you gave her yours?
She found her.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, family. Any questions? Any questions? Y'all got any questions?
Fairy Wing says they got so many celebrities with stories that have been paranormal events in their home apartments and even their place of work. A lot of stories took place in Hollywood. That's because people be doing rituals on these celebrities,
They sure do. But these
and a lot of
celebrities,
these celebrities are spiritual. I'll go ahead.
well, people, let me tell you, a celebrity ain't no goddamn bigger than you are, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's not get it confused. They're just another goddamn star in the sky. In the sky. Which one do you choose? A celebrity has got more money and a little bit more exposure, but people act like they're so like they can't be touched or they don't go through everything you know that we go through. That ain't celebrities that don't have exposure. Let's not get it confused.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these, and I dealt with a couple of them. I did a couple of readings for celebrities. I promoted for one. You know what I mean? I've done, you know, spiritual work for a few celebrities. And I can't give the names, but I've done some work for them. They go through the same things. They ain't no different.
Mm-hmm.
They just got more money and a little bit more exposure, but they're going through a spiritual transformation. You know, there's a few of them I would like to get a hold of because I need to have a talk with them. They supposed to be doing spiritual work.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Brown being one of them.
Mm.
Kevin Gates being another one.
Mike Tyson, remember
Mike
looking at.
Tyson. Mike Tyson, I used to see all the time in Brooklyn. He was from the same neck of the hood I was, back and forth. But I need to get a hold of him. There's a few of them that have to get initiated. That's supposed to be doing spiritual work. You
Oh.
understand? They ain't supposed to be out there like that. They're supposed to be doing spiritual work.
And you could tell Mike Tyson is spiritual. Some of the shit that be coming out of his mouth, you could just tell.
You could tell he's very spiritual. Who else was it? Another one. I was supposed to get it. So it was Chris Brown, Kevin Gates. It was somebody else that I used to see on whatchamacallit all the time.
Fairy Wings, Fred Wing says Shaka Khan and Betty White, etc.
Shaka Khan, you know, Shaka Khan is a child of Oshun. She already knows about her traditions.
Yeah,
Shaka Khan practices already. She practices Yoruba. Yeah,
and a lot of celebrities practice.
right.
There's a lot of them deal with the Cuban pantheon. A lot. I ain't gonna say a lot, but a few of them do deal
The,
with the Cuban stuff.
Voodoo. Forrest Whitaker is a Babalawo. Okay, you got 50 Cent, who's a child of Shango. This is public information, so we ain't telling. Go
Yeah,
Google it, you'll see. Shaka Khan was Oshun, and then you had 50 Cent, child of Shango. You have Babalawo, Forrest Whitaker. Now, Denzel Washington, Samuel L. Jackson, all those celebrities, they're older. They're a little bit on the older
that's why
side.
they don't fuck with them.
Right, but they don't mess with them because they deal with it on this side. They're women. You understand?
Yeah.
This is what I seen spiritually. Okay, so honestly speaking, I'm gonna tell you all, man. You know, a lot of these celebrities, some of them be doing spiritual work, and some of them they need help too. They're going
Hmm.
through their transformations. There's a few of them that need to get initiated into the traditions, and they ignoring their callings, and they playing. That's it, Miguel. Thank you, Celia Cruz. I used to love Celia Cruz. That's right. Yep. I used to love her. But she was into Santeria too. She was big time into Santeria. That's right.
Um, Accents of Phoenix says, I remember when you had celebrities on your blog talk show back in 2009.
Yeah, I used to have a lot of celebrities on the show. I had a couple of celebrities on the show. Yep. Rappers too. I had Little Zane. I had Nas. Not Nas. I had what's his name? Az. He used to do raps with Nas. I had him. I had a couple of people. The guy who played in Walking Dead. I had the sister who used to play on a TV show. It used to be a popular TV show. She was the nanny to one of the families. Um, Eddie
Uh,
Griffin, Cat Williams.
Yolanda Meyer says, hello, do you guys ever offer classes, maybe like how the African deities have been turned into saints and things in other cultures? Well, a lot of that got to do with slavery. A lot of that because they was hiding.
Hiding
That
behind
they was hiding behind Catholicism because they wasn't allowed to practice their
practice.
on my car. I don't know what does that mean.